tell you guys something that a lot of people are not aware of. Money is very emotional. That's why you can have two people who are earning the same amount of money, but these people, they just behave differently. These emotions come from mostly how we grew up. And a concept that explains this is known as the psychology of money. The way you're behaving now with your money, chances are it has nothing to do with you. It's based on the past. Everything starts in the mind. A lot of decisions with your money, they start here. We want to feel a certain way when we are using our money. Like when we are buying items, let's say I go into a shop and I buy this bottle. I'm not buying this bottle, Jay. No, I'm buying this bottle because of how it makes me feel. I know that, okay, when I buy this bottle, it's going to be easier for me to drink my 2 liters a day. I'm going to be those girls, fit girls, banyana today. So I'm buying into the feeling that it's going to give me. And at the end of the day, that's how we make our decisions when it comes to money. We don't make our decisions with a calculator. You don't walk around every day with a calculator. No, you base it on your feelings. We spend money when we are stressed out. You know, okay, when I'm stressed, maybe if I go out for lunch, I'll feel better. If I buy myself that perfume, I'll feel better. So do you see that it's feelings? It's here. It's here. We spend money to celebrate. When we're happy, we feel that, oh, let me buy myself this. I deserve it. It's a feeling. We also spend money when we're sad. You know that I'm not feeling well. I need a pick-me-up. So do you see how we spend money coming? It's here. It's here. Have you seen how people describe themselves? Like if I ask you, tell me about yourself, you're gonna be like, so my name is, you'll tell me your name, and then you'll be like, I'm an introvert, or you'll say I'm an extrovert. These are my talents. I'm good at this. I'm good at that. Oh, these are my weaknesses. I'm not good at this. Oh gosh, I'm not good at that. You see how you can describe yourself, meaning you have a personality. The same applies when it comes to your finances. As people, there are certain ways that we can actually describe ourselves when it comes to how we spend our money. I'm going to talk about the 4 that are most generally used. I want you to tell me where you fall in amongst the 4. The first one is a spender. This is someone who constantly wants to spend money. They're about living the life now. You know, these are the girlies. You see something on TikTok, you want to go buy it now. You don't want to think about it, but now, for now. You know how on TikTok they always say, girlies, you better start running. Yeah, the spenders are those people. It's the people who immediately see that TikTok and they go and they buy. That personality tends to be a bit problematic because it means you're someone who's very, you want instant gratification. So it's not easy for you to save money, to budget and all those things because you want to spend now. Then the second personality is the saver. This is someone who, when they get money, they just want to save. These people, they're very good with money. They think for the future. They're saving money all the time. They stick to their goals. They're always sacrificing. This person will be very frugal. You know, they don't want to spend their money. They just want to see their money just growing all the time. It's a good personality trait. However, sometimes it tends to be a bit problematic because you don't have fun. You don't live in the now, and you know, life is for the living. Then the third personality type is the avoider. This is someone who is just living life, but they don't want to look at their finances. They're just living their life. You see how those donkeys have those things? I don't know what they're called. You're living like that. You're just living, but then you know you're not good with your money. You know that you don't have savings, but you're like, it's fine, it's okay. You just focus on what you can see and you keep it moving. It's a problem when you avoid because now it means you are in this situation. Maybe you're in debt, you're living paycheck to paycheck, and you're not happy about it, but you're not going to do anything because you're avoiding it. Nah, but I'm not judging. And then the fourth personality type is the warrior. This is someone who is anxious about money all the time. Like, anxious about money. Like, they're always anxious. Even when they have money, they just stress out. They always just feel like, I don't have money, I don't have money, I don't have money. You worry a lot. So you're not going to be open to change. So those are the 4 personality types that exist. These are the general ones. Sometimes you are a combination of all of them. And I don't want to lie, there isn't a money personality that is bad. There are pros and cons to each money personality. The most important thing that you need to do is to ask yourself the question of which money personality describes you. And in this conversation today, I talked about the psychology of money, explaining that your past experiences with money, your upbringing, your beliefs regarding money, they affect how you spend money. And then I talked about the 4 different money personalities that exist, and I want us to link the 2. Let me give you guys an example. Ne? If you grew up in a home where money was always tight, your money psychology will be based on fear, on scarcity, right? So what that will do is that it'll affect your money personality, because you'll end up being an individual who's very cautious and anxious. So you might end up being a warrior. You know, you'll be someone who's very cautious. You don't want to spend your money because of your past, you know. So these two things, they link. And the reason why this episode is important is because I want you guys to sit down and ask yourself the question of what is your relationship with money? What shaped how you believe, how you think of money? And then I want you to ask yourself, how did that affect you? And who are you today? What is your money personality today because of what happened in the past? For me, the most important thing is that I want to raise awareness to the person that you are. Being aware of who you are helps you to make great decisions when it comes to your money. I am a spender. My personality, I'm a spender. And I love how I feel when I'm spending money. You know, it's so nice to just get into a shop and you just tap. That's my personality, right? The inner me, that's the girl that I am. But when I started my journey to being better with money, I worked on it. I realized that maybe being a spender is not such a great thing. Maybe let me learn to be a bit, you know, a saver. You know, let me also learn to be a bit of a warrior. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with being a bit anxious. So being aware of the person that I am means that even when I get into a store, I always remember that, hey, remember, you like to spend. Now I know that, maybe let me not buy this thing because I know myself, you know. Then I am able to make better decisions because I am aware of who I am. It's important for you to understand your money personality and how your brain works towards money, so that you can also stop copying people. One person's plan might not work for you because you and that person are not the same. You guys didn't grow up in the same household. You guys didn't have the same experiences. I want us to now talk about how you can actually change your money behavior. This is the first thing that you're gonna do. When you get into a store and you buy something, you need to ask yourself, how did I feel before buying it and how did I feel after? Those emotions, they're gonna say a lot about you. Tracking how you feel will help you to know what excites you, what triggers you. And then when you know that, you'll be able to deal with yourself because you'll know yourself better. The second thing that you're gonna do is that you're gonna create boundaries for yourself. I'm not saying that if you're a spender, you're gonna say, no, I'm not gonna spend anymore. No, that's not what we're doing here. You're gonna be more aware and you're gonna say, because I know I'm an impulsive buyer and I'm a spender, maybe let me spend less time at the mall. And you know what? Maybe in my budget, let me actually set aside money for me to buy myself clothes every month. This is how much I'm willing to spend. You need to create rules for yourself, right? But it shouldn't be punishments. The third thing that you're gonna do for me is that you're gonna be very kind to yourself in this process. This process, as I mentioned, it's got feelings, it's got emotions, it's all in here, right? When you're dealing with things that are here, you mustn't be hard on yourself. You need to understand that these are all habits that you got from when you were young. For example, I'm 31 years old. You need to understand, you've built these habits for 31 years, guys. So when you're working on them, you will make the mistake. That spender in you will just take over your body. But you need to be kind to yourself. So even when you make mistakes, you must keep on going. I want you guys to hear this clearly. Your money personality is not who you are. It's just what you've learned. So there is still time for you to change it. You just have to sit down and make time to actually ask yourself the serious questions. And then once you've figured out how you grew up, and then you figured out how that has affected you now, you'll be able to link the two and then be able to work on becoming the person that you want to become. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I know that this one, it's a very, it's a boring conversation to have. I know that people want to rush into the serious things. People want to see themselves investing and so forth. But guys, this is where it begins. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you guys have a lovely day. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Share this video with people around you. And yeah, see you in the next episode. Mwah.